Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing so well. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my C-section recovery. If you watched my birth video, you know that long story short, I was planning on having a vaginal birth, but that didn't end up happening. I ended up having a cesarean, and it was hard. In terms of the surgery, I don't quite remember how long it was because I was in and out of it, but I saw some timestamps on some videos Dan took right before they started. It was 9:30 and baby was born at 9:35. That's when he cried. But the stitching up, I'm not really sure how long that took. So what happened with me and Carter is because I had pushed for so long, he was lower, and since he was a bigger baby, when they were pulling him out, I tore from the inside. So the stitching took longer because they hadn't accounted for, a rip on the inside. I talked to the doctors and she said like it wasn't bad. It happens sometimes, especially how big and how low he was, but I was okay. It wasn't a bad rip. It was just a little bit longer. To give you perspective, my incision is just right on my bikini line, and it's about 12 to 13 centimeters long. I can't quite remember what they said. After they do that, they obviously put a little band-aid on you. After, like, you can't feel anything because you're still so medicated. But then I remember, I don't even know what time it was, maybe around midnight or something like that, past midnight or close to that time. The nurse gave me a really strong, like the strong meds, the good stuff at first, so that was nice. But then after that, they just gave me Advil and Tylenol, a 2-to-1 ratio. It happened every 4 hours. Something one of my sister-in-laws told me, which I'm so grateful for, was that if you want stronger medication, you ask for it. They don't give you a hard time. I don't know why after major surgery they give you Tylenol and Advil. I take that for when I have a headache. I'm not really sure how that's gonna help me when I have been cut open, but whatever. That's a tip for you out there. If you're gonna have one, if you want some stronger medication, just ask your nurse, and they shouldn't give you a hard time about it. So baby was born at 9:35, January 11th. Oh my gosh. So we stayed at the hospital on July 12th fully, and then we left on why am I saying July? January 12th, and then we left on January 13th around noon. I was trying to be on my feet as much as possible, nothing crazy, just to move around a little bit. So something I'd advise you, if you can, if it's possible, move around a little bit in your room. I mean, you have to go to the bathroom, so like that's what you really need. Because in the beginning I had a catheter, and then they took it out because someone had put it in wrong. Anyways, that's another story. So then I had to be on my feet more often. Something that I will tell you, when you're at the hospital, they check your uterus size to see if it's shrinking. So they'll make you lie back, which is so painful. They'll make you lie back and they'll push down on your stomach. And my goodness, though the medication is there and it's helping, it's no match for what they do. So when we got home, I was told, like, when I was showering, you have to pat it dry or let it air dry. Don't rub it, which makes sense to me. You can't wear underwear that ends at the line, like because that will agitate the scar and it won't heal well. So you have to wear underwear that's high waist, and that will help leave that area untouched and not agitated at all. So that's something that I would suggest and recommend, that that's what you need to do, because I don't see it being very comfortable otherwise. So something about it that was really frustrating was how hard it was to just do things that I was used to doing, just getting out of bed. Not to say that it was easy getting out of bed when I was like 41 weeks pregnant, but it was easier. It's just one of those things where I realized how much you use your core for anything and everything. Like getting out of bed, doing this motion to twist to pick up baby, but oh my goodness, it was so painful. Like, it was so hard. Dan had to come around and help me out all the time, like help me out of bed. A trick my midwife told me was to use your legs. So I would hold my legs and use it like an anchor to get myself up, and that way I didn't have to use my core. Like, I actively had to think about not using or engaging my core, which was really hard for me, because that's something I just, you do naturally, and that's something I was really focusing on even when I was pregnant. So that was really hard. I was really emotional, where I was like, I can't get to my baby fast enough. Like, he's crying, and he's new and he's my first baby, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear him cry. Because one time I was drinking water, and when it goes down the wrong hole and instinctually you just cough. Yeah, I did that and I cried. It was it was really bad. Laughing, I couldn't laugh properly. I was like, hee. It was so sad. It just, if anyone looked at me and didn't know the situation, they'd think I was a little weird. Something I would tell you is just to be patient with yourself. That's something I always preach. But I think it was really hard for me to do that for myself. So my husband was reminding me often, my sister, my mom, my midwives, like people were reminding me to be patient with myself. This is a healing process now. It's no joke. So just be patient with yourself. Yes, you can't move as fast as you want. You can't do all the things that you want to do, and little things that you never even thought about, like coughing or laughing. It will heal. It's hard when you're in it, but it will heal. I'm way better now. I think I don't know. I'm maybe 13 or 14 weeks postpartum now, and I'm fabulous. Like I can move around. The scar is healing so well. Honestly, they did a really good job with it. When I tell you you're gonna heal around I think 6 to 8 weeks, I was really hoping that around 6 weeks I would be healed. So coincidentally at that point I started oozing out fluid from that area, which freaked me out because I'm like, this is not a good sign. It's never a good sign when some fluid is coming out from a surgical place. But I went to the doctor, obviously, and she told me everything was okay. It's just probably a stitch ruptured from the inside or tore from the inside. I don't know what she said, but it's healing from the inside out. It's pushing the fluids out. It wasn't pus or anything like that. It was just some fluid. Around 8 weeks is when I was perfect. I will say that even till this day, I do get some sharp pains in that area. Sometimes I get really itchy and I can't scratch it because it feels like it's on the inside. And another weird thing is that from the incision, so my belly button to the incision line, there's that area, it's numb. There's some places that I have sensations and some places I don't. How I describe it is like if you go to the dentist and they numb your cheeks, like they numb you, and like that feeling where you scratch your cheeks and it doesn't feel like anything. That's kind of how I would describe how it feels like, and it is so weird. But I heard that maybe eventually the sensation will come back. I'm not too sure. So to sum it up, just be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. You just went through major surgery. It is a process. Just take it day by day, and within no time you will be feeling so much better. Eat nutritious food. If you're breastfeeding, I found that having a breastfeeding pillow was really helpful because I didn't have to slouch or anything like that. I could just place it and baby could just breastfeed, so I can sit up and move around a little bit, move around as much as you can. Taking pain medication because it helped. Something I will also say before I finish this video is that when you have a full bladder, it pushes your incisions from the inside out, and it doesn't help when you can't feel your bladder. So I timed it on when I fed my baby, or when I was about to feed my baby or give him a diaper change, I would go to the bathroom. So that kind of helps with the pain management. Carter just woke up from his nap to say hi. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Leave down any comments or questions you have for me. I'm sure I missed some things. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Won't we, honey? You want to say hi? He just woke up from a nap. So you know when you just wake up and you're just like dazed a little bit? I think that's what's happening right now. You're cute. Say bye. Say bye. Oh. Okay.